Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Katie and I am a wedding photographer here in the lovely state of North Carolina. And today I wanted to talk about different ways you can advertise your photography business that aren't paid Facebook ads. The 5 ways that you can start advertising your photography business. I know that sometimes maybe marketing can be intimidating, you don't know where to start. So maybe you're looking at new ways to advertise your business or improving on things that you're already doing. I'm gonna give you 5 things, different ways to start advertising your photography business. So the first thing is location-based hashtags on social media. Now this is a very simple one, but if you're not doing this, you should start. What do I mean by location-based hashtags? I think we all kind of know what like a hashtag is on social media. It's a searchable term, kind of like SEO for social media. Like on a social media platform, hashtags are kind of like the SEO or keywords. So what you're trying to do with your profile is rank for those hashtags. You should choose hashtags that you could show up for, and if you're targeting certain hashtags, you should consistently include those in your content. And when I say location based, it means where you are or where you want to be with your photography. So I could put something like North Carolina wedding photographer as the hashtag. Super generic, like broad, maybe I get people, maybe I don't, but if I put hashtag Raleigh wedding photographer, well that's a bit more niche. People could eventually, find me. I could rank for that potentially. That is totally an option. And if you're wanting, you could be hashtag destination photographer, or you could be hashtag enter location photographer. Like for me, Asheville, North Carolina is like 4 hours away. So if I want to start ranking in those, hashtag Asheville wedding photographer, then I can start ranking for those hashtags. So really think about your hashtag strategy and use location-based hashtags, because brides, couples, whoever are going to be looking at those potentially, and you would want your images to appear near the top, then they can find you and potentially book with you. While we're on the topic of social media, if you are not doing Instagram Reels, you need to start. So if you don't know what Instagram Reels are, it's basically Instagram's way of competing with TikTok. So the algorithm is really promoting and pushing video content above pictures. I mean, you can still do images, I still do images, but there's way more visibility on Reels and video content in general. Right now, video is king in the social media space. If you're not doing Instagram Reels right now, as a photographer, you need to start like yesterday. And I have an entire video on, sorry that Denali is chewing a bone right now. I have a whole video talking about Instagram Reels as a photographer. I give you so many different ideas. You don't have to dance, you don't have to lip sync unless you want to. There are so many other ideas that you can do and implement them on Instagram Reels. I mean, just like a slideshow of your pictures would be huge. For like a really good way for you to start on Instagram Reels. It's just really important because of the algorithm. You can see you get a lot more visibility on Reels. So I know a photographer, they posted a video and their video got like 1 million views. Imagine that visibility. I'm not saying you're gonna get there. I haven't gotten to 1 million. I don't even think I've gotten in the 5 digits, but that's fine. Visibility potential could be potential bookings. So it's easy to incorporate in your social media strategy that you're already doing, and I'm going to link that video that I've done down below to really help you get started and feel more comfortable moving forward. I'm going to give you like a ton of ideas in that video I'll link down below. Okay, the next tip I have is to partner with other venues or vendors. Really focus on building relationships. When you are at a wedding and the venue owners are there, really focus on building that relationship. Not artificially, of course. Like, I never do anything artificially just for personal gain. I genuinely want a relationship with people. But if you can focus on building relationships with venues and planners or videographers or other photographers, you focus on building those relationships. Referrals are everything. I am on a preferred vendors list for a venue as a photographer. That is key. That you want that. You want to be a preferred vendor for a venue that you really, really like. And planners, wedding planners that you have good relationships with can recommend you to their couples. So they can say, oh, I've worked with this photographer before, they're amazing, why don't I reach out to see if they have your date available? So that is a great way to get referrals. And you just do that by being genuinely nice. I think a lot of people, we can tell like when people are just being artificially nice for their own personal gain. They don't truly care. They're just there to like make money, or like they want to use you and your connections in some way. I think we can kind of tell when people are like that. So don't be like that. Build genuine relationships with venues that you love and people that you've worked with, and that will reap the best rewards, because like I said, am on a preferred vendor list for a venue that is just amazing. And the people there are so sweet. I would love to just work with them the rest of my career. Like they're just really, really great. So really build relationships and focus on building those relationships in terms of booking your own wedding. But I would say focus on building relationships with other videographers and photographers too. Because, I have some videographer friends that recommend me, I recommend them, but also other photographers, because you could be a second shooter for somebody consistently. So there's a photo video couple that I've second shot with twice, and they want to continue to use me. And that's great, because they reach out, hey, are you available this date? Maybe I have that open, and I'm say sure, and I go second shoot with them. Like, to have those kinds of relationships and connections are really, really beneficial in your career. So don't focus on just getting your job done when you are photographing a wedding. Like, focus on the people too. And your couple above everything. I put my couple above myself. I put my couple above everybody. But really focus on building authentic relationships with other vendors and venues, and that you're going to see has the biggest reward. Something else that you can do as a photographer to promote your business is submit real weddings. You can do that through The Knot or Wedding Wire, and you're kind of submitting them for publication, and you have the potential to then be featured. It's just a really easy way, once you have a couple weddings under your belt, to start posting them under Real Weddings, and you could eventually get some exposure with that. And you also, because I mentioned before, partnering and really building relationships with other vendors and venues, you have, at least for Wedding Wire, I'm sure they're pretty much all the same, but you can put in the different vendors that you've worked with. Like, how perfect is that? So you can partner with them and really give them credit for everything that they've done in the Real Weddings. And I think it makes it look a bit more legit if you actually have all the other vendors in there versus like just the photographer, you know what I mean? So definitely look into that on Wedding Wire and The Knot, and Zola as well. I have a Wedding Wire account, and I do know that I have a free version. Sometimes they let you have free versions, sometimes they don't, or they have they did free accounts and now they may not, but definitely look into joining like weddingpro.com, joining a Wedding Wire account, creating a Wedding Wire account, and submitting your weddings for potential publication. And the last thing that I have found to be very helpful in terms of visibility is to leave reviews under other vendors and venues on Google and use your images on the review. So I will go under mostly the venue, and I will post what a great experience I had. I'm being truthful. And then I will post my images. And that's just a really great way to get your work out there and get more visibility. Of course, I do this under my account, under the same account as my business. So it's not like some random person is doing it. Like, I use my account. So then people can then find me, katievonphotography.com. So they can find me under these venues that I've worked with before. And so a lot of the times, I know I do that. You are going to a venue, you booked a venue, you're gonna Google it and you're gonna look through photos, maybe before you even go to their website. So if my photos can be ones that you see, I'm already getting visibility that way. I could be top of mind. You could really like my photo and see the account and go visit my site and potentially book with me. It really doesn't take any money, it just takes time to leave a review, pick specific images, and post them. But I have had so many views and just overall visibility on my reviews and the images in them. And that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any other marketing, advertising tactics that you use for your photography business, please leave them in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!